What's up, team? Back in the building, man. We're right here now for Power Hour this time. About to get it rocking and rolling, guys. So you already know what we do and what we do best. So you already know we're gonna go ahead, go ahead and start looking over the charts, see how we can prepare ourselves for tomorrow. And do keep in mind that we do have new home sales data coming out tomorrow, so we're gonna get ready to rock and roll. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and rock and roll to our charts. Let's go. All right, guys, we're in the building. I do apologize. Yeah, we had to take a little step out real quick to go run some business. But I am back, guys, and as we are watching, as we are getting ready to close out for today's intraday market. So we're going to definitely keep our eyes peeled on this to see where we go. Right now, guys, we are still holding above that 570 level. We did rotate back up towards those tops around that 571.19 level, like I told you we would do, as long as we held that 586.70 back on up to 570 mark, in which we did get that nice rotation back on up. So right now it seems like we're in the upper portion of this channel at this moment right now, between that 570 and that 571.19. So right now we are in the upper portion of this channel right now, so we will keep it on watch to see where we go. I have my lines here, my purple lines, because I was just trying to figure out like the true direction of where the market wanted to go, whether we wanted to see more downside or whether we wanted to see more upside. But we do know for sure that that 571.19 level is a strong resistance level until we break back above that mark for that possible push up to 572. What's up, Jerhoff? I see you in the building, boss. Let me go. I was about to see you something. That's why I had your name right here. But yeah, guys, we're still looking good right now as far as on the upside. We're going to definitely keep our eyes peeled at this 571.19 just to see if we get that push on up towards that 572. If not, we will stay rejected underneath that 571.19 and stay within this channel until tomorrow. So we're definitely gonna keep our eyes peeled to see how we're gonna close out today, whether we get that breakout above 571.19 and hold that 570 level, or will we crack that 570 level and come right back on down towards that 568.70. So we're definitely gonna see how we're gonna close out, but we will be having some resistance around this trend line here, the middle trend line, to see if we can get that breakout towards the upside, which would be around the 572.50. So we're gonna definitely keep our eyes peeled. Right now, we're still in this channel at this moment, in between the 571.19, which we have not gotten a breakout yet, and that 570 mark, which we have not gotten the crack yet. So we're gonna definitely keep our eyes peeled to see which way the market is gonna close out today. So either we're gonna close above that 571.19 or we're gonna stay underneath it. So we're gonna definitely keep our eyes peeled to see where we go from here, guys. So I'm just keeping this on watch just to see how we close out. So yeah, I mean, I did say I was gonna return back, so I did. So I definitely want to just keep my eyes peeled to see how the market is gonna set itself up going into tomorrow, to see if we're gonna go right back up towards those highs. See can we get that break above that 571.19 of the 572, or will we stay underneath that mark? So we'll keep our eyes peeled on that, guys. See where we go. So I'm riding here with you until the market closed. So I told you I was gonna come through. I came through, and we here still holding it down. So right now we're still keeping this on watch. Tesla's still holding up. Right here in this ascending triangle pattern, trying to get right back above that 254 level. We need to get that push and that breakout above that 256 level to see more upside up towards that 258. So we're going to see if this trend line is going to hold as we do close out the market today, going into tomorrow. As far as Nvidia, we are getting a little bit of a resistance right underneath that 122-ish mark that we could not break out. The highs that we got was 121.80, so 20 cents out from that 122 level. We are still trying to hold above this 120.80 level here, so I'm going to keep my eyes peeled to see if they're going to hold this as support. If we crack, we could be coming right back underneath that 120.80 mark. So we're going to definitely keep our eyes peeled to see what's going to happen at that 120.80 mark, to see can we hold that floor. If we do crack, we could pull right back down towards that possibly that 120 mark. Night trade, I see in the building, boss. Deck may do a swing on SPX, but I wouldn't unless it holds 571.50 until close. Yeah, so like I said, what I want to do right now, Night trade, is definitely see can we get that break right back above this high level. If not, that 571.19 is going to still act as resistance. You can see we hit, we fall, we hit, we fall, we hit, we fall. So that's still holding up as a wall at this moment. And we still have that support at that 570 level. So don't get me wrong, we're still in the 570 range. So right now we're just in this little channel at the moment, in between 571.19, which is your top, and your 570, which is your bottoms. So we went from, if you notice this big channel that we do have set up, Jerhoff and Night Trader, you can see this channel right here. We do have that bottom, which we recovered at 568.70 on up to that pivot point of 570. As you can see, we moved up to the top portion of the channel, which is between 570 and 571.19. So instead of being at that bottom portion of the channel between 570 back down to 568.70, we at the upper portion of the channel, which is 570 to 571.19. So we are holding up on this upper portion of the channel. So I want to see if we're going to get that breakout above that 571.19 for that possible push up to 572, or will 571.19 remain resistance, and we'll stay in between these two price points until tomorrow. So I definitely want to keep my eyes peeled because we do have new home sales data coming out tomorrow. So definitely keep your eyes peeled on that, guys. Definitely keep your eyes peeled. So we're going to see where we go from here. So I'm just keeping on watch, guys. See where we go. Definitely keeping this on watch to see where we rock and roll. So do remember, we do have new home sales data coming out tomorrow. And I will update SPY recaps today going into tomorrow, which I will go over tomorrow morning. So you already know the routine, guys. But your boy did say he was coming back through for Power Hour, and I'm here. So we're gonna ride it out for the rest of this hour, here until we close out, and then I'm gonna wish everybody a farewell once again. So right now we're just gonna keep our eyes peeled to see where the market is gonna close at the end of the day. So right now we still got some time to rock and roll. It's only 3:13. So right now still no volatility yet for a possible push on up or nor a crack on down. So right now we're still holding in this little price bracket. Let me go ahead and move this. This little area here. Let me change it out. Bottoms. That'll be 570. So it should push that on up. Boom, right there to that top area, and that'll be 571.19, not 17. Here we go. Boom, there we go. So right now we're in a portion of this channel right here going sideways. We're in this portion of the channel going sideways. We basically, like I said, we bypassed the bottom half of that channel right now into the top half of the channel. So we're right here to see if we're going to either get a breakout or crack back down. So I'm definitely just keep my eyes peeled right here in this channel as we just rotate back and forth between these two price points. So I definitely want to see on how this volatility is going to end. We are still testing on NVIDIA at that 120.80 level. We're still holding above there, trying to hold that floor. If we do crack, do expect some pullback down to that 120.50, possibly back on down to 120 itself. So definitely want to keep my eyes peeled to see on how NVIDIA is going to hold up as we close out today's market. Right now, like I said, Tesla's still holding up. We just need to get that re-break of 254 back up to 256. So definitely keep my eyes peeled because we are somewhat in an ascending triangle pattern on Tesla for a possible push. So I want to see if those buys are going to move in. To see if we can get that push back up above 254 for the possible push back up to 256. Right now, SPY is still holding its floor at 570 for the possible push back up to 571.19. So definitely keep my eyes peeled on that. But right now, as far as me, I'm not doing any swings right now. We do have that new home sales data come out. If anything, I will go for a trade after the data comes out. Following that, we're going to have, what is tomorrow? Not tomorrow. Thursday. Thursday, we're going to have the GDP. We're going to have the durable goods, initial jobless claims. That'll be at 8:30. And then Thursday, we're going to have Jerome Powell speaking at 9:20. So definitely keep our eyes peeled. And then Friday, last but not least, the other important factors, we're going to have the PCE data. So we definitely want to keep our eyes peeled as far as the unemployment rate and as far as inflation. So we definitely want to keep our eyes peeled on this, guys. So right now, I'm just keeping this on watch to see on how the market is going to close out. Either we're going to close above the 571.19 or we're going to stay underneath it, which that will still hold up as resistance. So we're going to keep our eyes peeled on that. So could we see a breakout tomorrow above that key level? We possibly could, as long as we hold that uptrend pretty much right here. So we're going to hold this uptrend right here. You can kind of see in the center triangle pattern on this setup as well. We definitely can see a push and definitely can see a squeeze above that 571.19 up to that 572, up to 572.50. So we could see the center triangle squeeze going into tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll keep our eyes peeled. So definitely going to keep my eyes peeled on that to see where we go. Right now, NVIDIA, that 120.80 is still holding at this moment. So we're still looking good as far as NVIDIA holding that level. Tesla's still looking good as far as the ascending triangle pattern. Let's see how the rest of the stocks, are looking. Let's take a look at Google real quick. Google. Google is still trying to find its way back up slowly. So we're going to definitely keep our eyes peeled on that. We know that it's trying to move its way back up towards that 165 on up towards these high levels back here. So right now we're still trying to build our way back on up. So nothing to worry about on Google at the moment. So I wouldn't be concerned about that. Let's check out Apple. Oops. Go back. I apologize. All right, cool. Let's see what Apple's doing. Apple, same thing. Apple's still on this little downtrend-like position right now. We're still getting weak, coming off of that, right underneath that 529.50, right back on down towards this 227 mark. So definitely keeping my eyes peeled on that. Right now, we do still see some downside on Apple. So we do have somewhat of a little downtrend set up on Apple. So we want to go see on how we're going to hold up as the market closes out. We got somewhere right here, a little downtrend like setup. Nothing major at the moment. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on that to see. Like I said, Tesla still holding, Nvidia still holding at the moment, and SPY still holding. So I'm definitely keeping my eyes peeled on these bad boys. So let's go back to Nvidia real quick. How's Meta looking like? Meta's trying to get a little bounce back on up. Still got some ways to go before we get back up to the open. Nothing to be concerned about just yet either. Let's see. What was it Nvidia was on? All right, Nvidia. So we are cracking that 120.80, guys. Now at the 120.70 level. So as you can see, we are getting that little pullback where we are coming back down towards that 9 EMA. The 9 EMA will be sitting at 120.30. 120.30. So definitely just keep my eyes peeled. So right now, like I said, excuse the lines. I was just trying to figure out the direction that the market wanted to go. Do still see some weakness. We have not moved back into this channel just yet. I'm going to still keep it on watch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to darken it out in case we need to use it later on down the line if we do so happen to move back into that channel. So we're going to definitely keep our eyes peeled on that. So let me just darken these lines out for the uptrend. And we're going to still focus on this downtrend-like position until we move back up to that uptrend. So let me just keep my eyes peeled on that. See where we go from here. So let me darken this out so we don't have too much confusion and too many lines on this chart. So right now, yeah, we slowly broke out of this downtrend-like pattern here. So still nothing major. So I'm still keeping on watch. So we're still testing the open. I think the open today was, I want to say it was, what was today's open? 570.48. Pretty much, if you round it off, 550. 570.50. So definitely want to see if we hold that 570.50 level. If we crack 570.50 level, we will be pulling back down to 570 itself. So right now I'm just keeping my eyes peeled. So yeah, night trade, I might hold off till tomorrow to see what's going to happen or how, you know, what the how the impact, how the market is going to be affected by the new home sales data tomorrow. So I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes peeled on that to see where we go. So I definitely want to keep my eyes peeled on that, see where we go, boss. So yeah, still no go right now. I'm still watching this little channel set up. I just got back, so yeah, I'm not jumping into anything just yet. I'm just definitely keep my eyes peeled. See where we rock and roll at, boss. See where we rock and roll. That's all I want to do is keep it on watch. Keep it on watch. I feel like I got something in my hand, man. I feel like something, I don't know, like I got a glass in my hand, a splint or something. I don't see no, I don't know what the heck that is. I would not swing SPY. Yeah, I wouldn't swing it either. Yeah, I agree with you 110%, Night Trader. I agree with you 110%. I would just wait till tomorrow and see what type of movement we're gonna have. If anything, I mean, as we do go up, I mean, could we see that reverse back on down once again towards that between that 570 to that 568.70 level? So I definitely want to keep my eyes peeled. So I want to see if we're gonna get that breakout or will we stay stuck underneath this 571.19 level. So I just want to keep my eyes peeled to see how we're gonna close out. Will we get that breakout above before the close out? Or will we stay underneath it and stay in this channel until tomorrow? So I definitely want to keep my eyes peeled to see where we go from here. Let's go on the 180 chart to see if we get a little bit of idea. So right now, Night Trader, the one I see on the 180 chart at this moment, I do see that we are still trending up on that 180. So you're still kind of getting like this little U-shaped like pattern. Kind of like on this ascending triangle pattern still. So let me extend it off to the right. So we're still trying to hold off this trend line here. Trying to move our way back on up, like trying to U-shape. So I'm definitely keeping my eyes peeled. So we do got this resistance right at this, what is this? 571.50, 571.50, right on the dot. So I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes peeled on that 571.50 level. So let me make a duplicate copy. Excuse me, so it'd be 571.50. I'm definitely gonna keep this on watch. So 571.50, boom, 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 smooth that up to the top. Here we go, that'd be here. So we are topping out right at that 571.50 range. So we have not got that breakout yet. So that's on the 180 chart from what I'm seeing right now. So it looks like that 571.50 is a strong resistance level. So I'm definitely keep my eyes peeled on that to see can we get the breakout. All right. Keep my eyes peeled. Yeah, so I mean, like I said, I'm definitely just keeping this on watch to see can we get that push, will we get that breakout, or will we get rejected and come back down. So I definitely want to keep my eyes peeled around that 571.50 level to see can we get that breakout. So I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled at that 571.50. So we still haven't got that push all the way back up towards these highs, even near that 571.19. So we still kind of have some little ways to go before we get that push on up. So it's still getting stuffed right underneath that level. So no go yet. So nothing is just still going sideways. So we still got about almost 30 minutes, almost. So still keeping this on watch. Nvidia is slightly cracking that 120.80 mark, only 10 cents under. So I just definitely want to see if these buys are gonna hold at 120.80. Because right now we're at 120.71, 72, somewhere in that little bracket right now. So I'm just keeping my eyes peeled on that to see what Nvidia is gonna do. I mean, it looked like it wants to reverse back down. That's what it looked like it wants to do a green or reddish type move. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled to see what we go, because the VWAP is all the way back down towards that 119.31 level. So yeah, I mean, no go for me either, boss. So I'm just keeping this on watch. All right, still keeping this on watch. Guys. Still keeping this on watch, because it kind of look a little weak-ish. I mean, it look a little downtrendish. I just want to see how we're gonna close out, because it does look a little downtrendish in a sense. I mean, I'm just waiting on confirmation to see if we're gonna get weaker and weaker underneath that open, because it does give me this feeling like here, kind of like this little downtrendish like vibe. When you hit here, fall, hit, fall, hit, fall, hit, fall, give me this like downtrend vibe. So I just want to see what's gonna happen around this open, to see if we're gonna break back past this downtrend possible setup and then move back up, or will we get stuck and come back down. So I just want to see what's going to happen and what these buys are going to do at this level. So right now we are trying to stay on top of this open. So right now it is pushing. Right now it is pushing on the 30-minute time frame at this moment. So nothing yet still. So we are breaking back, trying to push back above these highs. So don't forget, you got 570, 150. That's going to be this area here that we definitely need to break, hold above. 570, 150. So let me put an alert just in case buys so happen to push. So I'm going to set an alert at 571.50. All right, 571.50 for that possible breakout towards that key area. So let me set an alert here, 571.50. And we need to hold 570 itself. So I'm going to set an alert here too, just in case we crack. Go right back underneath 570 itself on the downside. So let me just set that up as well. I want to see how the market is going to end today. So I got two forms. I got two alerts, guys. Two alerts. Definitely just keep my eyes peeled on this. So I do see this downtrend setup. It's just trying to hold on top of this downtrend. So we're still getting that push back up towards the upside. We are cracking on Nvidia. Nvidia's cracking, pulling back down. Nvidia's pulling back down. Just watching this trend line. All I'm doing is watching this downtrend to see if we're gonna hold above that open. So all I'm trying to see is how we're gonna close out. Are we gonna get that push back up towards the upside, or will we fade and come back down? So I just want to see which way the market wants to truly close out today. I see a lot of upper shadows right about this little level here. I see a lot of upper shadows, kind of like right where this old red candle is, right about here. Like right in this key level, like you cannot break back past that level. What is that? What level is this? This is 577.76. So we haven't got that push back above that key level, back up to this 571 just yet. So I see this little level here that is trying to get back above us right here. Like right, we got this old candle doing pre-market at right about here. It's like 577.76. So let me just put this little white line just to kind of show you guys what I'm looking at. Put that green, boom, boom, boom. All right. So you see that white line right across the board? That's that old area where we got stuck and pulled back. So it's like we're trying to break right back above that key level here for that pushback on up towards 571. So I'm definitely just keep my eyes peeled on that. So I just want to see what's going to take place, because like every time you try to break above it, you come right back underneath it. Break above it, right back underneath it. Break above it, right back underneath it. Break above it, right back underneath it. So it's like none of the bodies of the candles has closed above that level. I want to see what's going to happen on this green candle here. So let's see, can we get that pushing that close above that 570.76. So I want to see exactly how can we get that push and that close above that key level, or will we get stuck underneath that key level again and come back down? So I'm just trying to get a feel of it on which way the market wants to truly end up at. Here we go, getting weak still underneath that same key level right here. Same one. Still haven't broke this level yet. Still haven't broke this level yet. It's like it's getting a little weaker. It's like it's getting a little weaker. Because it's like it tried to break above that white line and you came right back on down. Try to break above it, right back on down. Try to break above it, right back on down. Try to break above it, right back on down. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled. Can we get the breakout or will we get stuck once again? So I want to see what's going to happen right here at this level to start off with. So right now, still no breakout above that area, 570.76. So there we go, right back underneath that downtrend again, right here, this purple line. So we're right back underneath this purple line. Just trying to hold it. Just keep my eyes peeled. So we have to lose that open. We have to lose that open and we're going to see another pull, like some more downside. Right now, we got about almost 30 minutes, guys. So I'm just still keep my eyes peeled to see what it's going to do at this level. Are we going to get that push or are we going to get that crack and pullback? So I'm definitely just keep my eyes peeled to see where we go from here. All right. Yeah, it's a lot of wicks, boss. A lot of wicks, especially right here, up here. Because you can't see where that old candle is, night trade and pre-market. If you go across the board this way, it's like none of the bodies are like crossing back above that level. It's like you hit, fall, hit, fall, hit, fall, hit, fall, hit, fall, hit, fall. It's like none of the bodies of the candles can cross above that old red candle during pre-market. So that's around 570.76. So it's like we hit and we get rejected. So it's like that area is holding up a strong resistance at the moment. So that's why I'm just watching this key area to see can we get that push. Now, if you get back above that 570.76, we can see the push up to 571 to possibly 571.19. So right now, it just still looking like weakness. Look like that downtrend is still trying to sue right now. So I'm just watching this level to see, can we get that squeeze and that push or will we come back down? And do keep in mind, we still got our indicators on the upright side too. We still got the 9 MA, 20 MA, 50. And normally when it's on the upright side, you get more movement up towards the upside. So I'm still want to see if we're going to get that little squeeze off that indicator for this little indicator push. Right here where that 9 MA is to see can we get that little squeeze as we coming this way. So I want to see if it's going to try to set up for a squeeze. So if y'all can't see it, I can see it. So I'm going to show y'all exactly what I'm talking about for those who don't see it, what I see. So if I was to put my line, match it right with that indicator and then change that color to it, you can see exactly what I see. So if I change that color to it, trend line, and put it blue, same exact color as that trend line, you can kind of get an idea what I'm talking about. See what I mean? So you get right in, he's kind of getting right into like a little squeeze. So I can kind of see it. So I'm trying to see if we're going to get that squeeze or will we get pushed right back on down. Because they have the opportunity. So if I line my line right with that indicator, try to do as perfectly as I can. See, you kind of get the idea what I'm saying. Night trader, you kind of get the idea what I'm saying. As far as that indicator, trying to create like a squeeze towards that 570.76, almost like an ascending, like a little ascending type squeeze using that indicator, that 9 EMA. So it looked like it wants to try to use that for like some type of indicator squeeze. Try to. So I want to see if those buyers are gonna take advantage of that and actually give us that squeeze on up. So that's what I'm watching very carefully, to see if that indicator alone is not trying to create some type of squeeze for the upside, for that push above 570.76. So that's why I want to keep my eyes peeled to see if it's going to try to set up for a possible squeeze. So I definitely want to see if we're going to get a squeeze above that key level, back up to that 571 to possibly 571.19. So I definitely want to see how we're going to do. So we do have 30 minutes left, guys, before we do close out. NVIDIA is definitely falling, guys. You remember what I told y'all, that we could possibly see what? 120. 120. I already alerted it. I think we already hit it. Ain't no point in really me putting no damn no alert on the downside now because we already below it. Let's see if I can try to put one. Let's see. Can I put one? Right at that area. Need to hold. 120 needs to hold. If you crack, you will be coming right back on down to that 519.50. So let me keep this on watch and make me an extra 119.50 for that possible move on down towards the downside. That'll be the second alert on NVIDIA. Boom, so I got 2 alerts set back down. So I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes peeled. So I got 1 alert on NVIDIA for the possible crack of 120. If you crack 120, we could possibly see that 119.50. So I definitely want to see, can we hold 120? Because you're in the 120 bracket now. If you lose 120, you're going right back into the teens. So I want to see if we're going to hold, and I also want to see if SPY is going to try to get a squeeze off of off of this 90 MA indicator right above that 570.76. So I want to see, can we get a push and then move on up towards 571 to 571.19, or will we stay basically will that 570.76 will remain as resistance and we pull back down. So I just want to see on how we're going to close out. So I'm watching both stocks at the same time to see whether we get a push on SPY and a crack on NVIDIA. So let me just keep my eyes peeled on both of these bad boys. I'll go ahead and take this line off. Let me take this drawing off. All right, take that drawing off. Y'all can clearly see that. Keep my eyes peeled. So right now we still testing this like downtrend. So I'm still looking at that as well too. So we do lose that open. We could see ourselves right back down to that 570 level. So right now we are cracking slightly on NVIDIA. NVIDIA's trying to hold up on that 90 MA. Still watching that. Still see some weakness though. Still see some weakness. So just keep my eyes peeled to see, can those buyers hold? Yeah, we crack. We will be seeing 120. So right now I'm watching both. Watching NVIDIA and I'm watching SPY at the same time. Tesla still trying to hold itself up. Need to get back above the VWAP and need to get back above that 254 to that push up to 256. 256. So right now I'm just keeping this on watch, guys. Keeping this on watch. See what we're trying to do. See what we're trying to do, guys. So man, like I said, how's everybody trading, man? How's everybody doing, man? Again, I couldn't be more proud of this team. Y'all been killing it. Man, couldn't be more proud of you guys, man. I'm so proud of you guys, man. Y'all been knocking it out the park. So definitely just keeping this on watch. Definitely keeping this on watch. Kato, I see you, babe. What's up? I told you I was coming back, man. I had to come back for Power Hour. And normally, you know me, I don't do Power Hour, but I had to come back. I kept my promise. Your boy is here. So rocking this out with y'all guys until 4 o'clock, and then we'll be heading out. So definitely keep my eyes peeled on this, guys. Definitely keep my eyes peeled. How much do you know about futures? Futures is I'm still gotta learn it. Don't get me wrong, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I was supposed to learn from Caesar. Caesar was supposed to teach me on how to work on futures. So I was supposed to get with him on that. So I gotta get with him. I mean, options I not too long ago like really started to kind of master it. But as far as futures, I definitely want to get with Caesar on it, because I know he's good at it. He's definitely good at it. So right now, man, I just not too long ago really mastered options and understood the because I really don't even look at the theta. I'll be honest with you, Kato. Like when it comes to options, I'll show you what I look at. This is what I look at on my little setup. Let me show you real quick on what I look at. This is normally what how I have my setup. Detach, here we go. So this is normally what I look at. Like for example, I got it set up where I have my volume, my open interest, and my delta. These are like the main things that I watch. These are the only things that I watch on both sides, on the call side and the put side. I look for good volume, good open interest, and good delta. That's really all I watch. That's the God honest truth. That's really all I watch, boss. Just being honest with you. And it helps me out because all I do is, like I said, what I do is I wait on movements. Like, okay, if I see these drops like this, I go in for a call. If I see we're going up towards some major resistance, like when I see red candles, I go for calls. When I see green candles, I go for puts. So I do the opposite. That's normally what I do. I do the opposite of one another. So instead of trying to catch a drop, all I'm doing is setting myself up for a call for a possible move back on up. When we're going up, instead of going for a call, I'm looking for a put. That's basically all I do. I just do the opposite of what it does. That's really what I do. Because the reason why I do it is because, okay, if we're catching a drop, right? That means your calls, your contracts are getting cheaper and cheaper. That's what I do. As far as it going up, I just look for puts because I know the contracts on the put side is getting cheaper. So, and another thing that I do is I look at both of my charts. I look at it right here. I look at my 30-minute on the upright, and then I'll take a put one and look at it upside down to see which one has more possibilities and more opportunities. That's normally what I do. So, but something like this, I don't like being in these little channels. I hate that. I like to see something with more volatility. So if I see a volatile drop, I know we're going to get a volatile pop. It's vice versa. If we see a volatile pop, Nine times out of 10, we're gonna see a volatile drop. That's normally how I do it. So that's how I avoid channels. I mean, like getting stuck in this type of crap. I look for volatility. Again, if I see a violent drop, then I'm looking for a violent pop. If I see a violent pop, I'm looking for a violent drop. I mean, look right here, for example. Violent pop, violent drop, violent pop. You see, you notice that how it plays off of one another? You get a massive pop up, then you get a massive drop down. You get a massive drop down, you get a massive pop up. So that's how I like to normally play it. That's normally I like to wait for some type of movement, some type of volatility to let me know when I know that. Because when you get that type of volatility, it's easy to trade it. It's easy to get in. It's easy to get out with you being stuck in it without having to worry about time decay and all this bull crap. So I wait for major moves, like some type of volatility to let me know. So that's normally what I do. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, sometimes I may get in on a move. It depends on the setup, and I'll be honest with you. Like if I see some type of uptrend, I'll play the uptrend. Like if it's going on the uptrend like this, like on my 3-minute time frame, I'll show you what I'm talking about. For example, like me, I like to play off the VWAP. So if I see something like this and it's moving on up, I wait for something like a little pullback towards the VWAP when I'm getting a little VWAP bounce for the continuation on up. Or I wait for a pullback down towards the VWAP where you get a little bounce back on top of it. So that's normally what I do. I mean, that's normally how I do it. You know, I mean, sometimes that's how I play it. You know, sometimes I can catch these actual bottoms, you know, off of a trend line. I can catch a trend line bounce. I normally catch these bottoms, but it all depends on the setup. So another thing that can help you is, another way that can help you to make sure you try to like nail the best interest possible. As I told you before, use those pivot points, right? What was the pivot point I called out today? 568.70. How many times I kept calling out 568.70? You could have just used that price point alone and made money off of that. Because I told you, you leave for 568.70, you return back to 568.70. You leave for 568.70, you return back to 568.70. So you could have looked for an overextension, right back down to it. You could look for an down extension, right back up to it. So you just could have utilized that one price point and just played off of that, period. So once you start to find these pivot points, just utilize that price point to the best of your ability. And it works on all stocks. You can use it for, again, Netflix, Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, those type of companies. You can do that. You can do the same exact thing because all stocks is always going to rotate around a certain important number that it can't leave from. So we already know that. What was the main thing we kept our eyes on? 568.76, right? 568.70. I'm sorry, 568.70. I mean, look yesterday. Look what happened yesterday. Boom, rotation, 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 rotation. Around what? 568.70. That's all you do. Take one price point and play off of it. That's it. One price point, play off of it. That's it. Same thing as 570. Right now, we at a higher price point, so we got to use a higher pivot point. So you can use 570, 570, 570, 570, 570, 570. Play off of that. I mean, you could definitely, just once you start to figure out these price points, just utilize it. That's it. That's the best way to do so you don't get caught up in choppiness and try to figure out where where I can get in at. Use those price points because those price points play some type of importance because you can't leave from it. It's like you gap up above it or extend off of it, but then you return right back to it. Vice versa. This is like right here. Look, you left from 570, you return to 570. You left from 570, you return to 570. You left from 570, you return to 570. So just use those price points to the best of your ability. Just find that one price point and just utilize it. Well, I did because we was going to look at some houses earlier, and I said I was going to do my best to come back for Power Hour, Lario, and I came back. So I came back, boss, and I said I was going to show up, and I did for Power Hour, so I'm going to ride this out. Got 20 minutes anyway until the market closed. So I said I was going to come back and see how the market is going to close out and how we're going to prepare ourselves for tomorrow. So that's how I do it. But no, Night Trader. The best thing to do, play a rotation. Once you familiarize yourself with a certain resistance. Now, normally what I do is, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'll use pre-market, right? So like yesterday, okay, because you got to think about it. To me, when I think about pre-market, I think about preparation, right? Almost like a pre-game warm-up. So when I think of pre-market, I'm thinking of a pre-game warm-up as we go into intraday, right? So I utilize that. So right now I was looking at, okay, this is pre-market setup. This is the pre-game warm-up, meaning like, okay, this is the area that we couldn't break out in pre-market. Okay, so if we bounce right back up to that level, I can utilize that for a possible put opportunity where I can use pre-market's resistance for the move back on down. That's normally what I do. I would normally take pre-market setup and I'll take it into intraday because I'm looking at an area that you can't not break out in pre-market that we may not break out in intraday. So, I mean, normally, sometimes you can catch it like that. You can see right here, look, today, yesterday, what did we hit? 570, right? Came on down, that was pre-market. What did we hit, and what did we hit around intraday? 570, right back on down. So that's the best way to do it. That's the best way to do it, boss. Sorry about that, I gotta put the chat back on. My fault. I mean, will you get movements above those key levels? Yeah, because no price is perfect. But you know where it's going to come back down to. Yeah, you got a little spike above 570, but look what happened. You came right back underneath 570. Got a little spike above 570, came right back underneath 570. Got a little spike above 570, came right back underneath 570. But your key point was 570. So, of anything, if you don't want to feel, I'll put it like this, Night Trader. If you don't want to feel scared out of your position, like say for instance, you want to perfectly get at 570, but then you get a little spike above it, and you get scared out of your play. Okay. Well, let's look at some prices above it. Okay, let's think about it. We can hit 570, 50. You can hit 570, 45. Because at least if it does pull back down and you have a good entry at least 570, 50, you have a 50-cent cushion, right? So if your entry was already at 570, 50 and it pulls back down, at least you have a 50-cent cushion to see or some type of safety net as we come right back down underneath 570. Because right there from here, from 570, 50 on down to 570, that's already a 50-cent profit. Now, if you continuously hold on to it and it keeps dropping, now you have a dollar profit because now you're going from 570.50 to 569.50. Now you got a dollar profit. Okay, it keeps dropping. Now you go from 569.50 to 568.50. Now you got a $2 profit. Now you get what I'm saying? So you don't have to perfectly get at that number. You can get it a little bit above that number. Because once you start to familiarize yourself with these areas, it's like, you know, like it's going to play off of a certain important number. So you don't have to get a perfect entry right at 570. You can do 570.20. You can do 570.30, 570.40, 570.50. Because once you get that pullback, you have a 50-cent cushion. You have a 40-cent cushion. You have a 30-cent cushion. You have a 20-cent cushion. So you don't get scared. So at least wait for the little pop on up off of that 570 level. Catch these highs. So therefore, you got a good entry. So in case you do come right back on down, you can kind of debate on what you want to do. So say for instance, okay, 570 holds and you bounce right back on up. At least you're still making some type of profit, and it's still giving you time to make a good decision. You know, whether you still want to hold or you still want to just see if we're going to crack and just ride it out. See, you can do that instead of holding right at 570 and getting scared out of those little pops above 570. You know, because that's half the time. You got these people, you got these traders, they want to be perfect right on the spot. They want to be right at 570. You got to think about it. You can have some little breakouts above that key line, that key level, and then come right back on down. But as you're getting that little breakout, you're getting scared out of your position. You're jumping the ship, right? As soon as you jump the ship, then it goes your way. Now your emotions are kicking in. Now you're chasing it. Well, you could have had a good entry to begin with. You could have had a good area right above 570. Give you a little bit of cushion. 570.50, 570.40, 570.20, and so forth. And as it comes on down, you already gained 50-cent profit. And then as it continuously keep pulling down, now you got a dollar profit. As it continuously keep pulling down, now you got a $2 profit. But your entry was all the way up here. You see what I mean? So that's the best way to do it. That's another way to look at it. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to even watch out. When you watching this. So yeah, I mean, just like this for example, like right here, what 571.19, you may get a little pop above it, but let's see if we're gonna go right back underneath it. So it's just like here, you went above it, then you crack right back underneath it. So I mean, it just once you start to familiarize yourself with these certain price points that the market keep returning back to, play off of that. That's the best thing to do. Utilize that as a pivot point. So now that we're above this pivot point, and we're above this old pivot point, this might be the new pivot point as long as it keep moving up. So you can utilize this 571.19. Because we can see right here what happens every time you hit it. Rejection, 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 rejection. So you could utilize that 571.19, wait for a little bit of move above it. You know, you may go towards some little highs and then a little pullback right down to it because that's going to be a pivot point where those pivot points act like magnets. So you leave from it, you return to it. For example, you leave from it, you return to it. You leave from it, you return to it. See what I mean? So just utilize that. Once you start to understand these price points, an area that you keep leaving from, returning to. Leaving from, returning to, and play off of that. Play the rotation. Play the rotation. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You can play it on the put side, you can play it on the call side. About the easiest way to do it. Easiest way to do it. So that's the whole name of the game. Once you start to understand these price points, these pivot points, which these pivot points can act like magnets, utilize that. Or if you don't want to use it in that sense, use a channel. See? Channel magnet. It's the same exact way. You leave from a channel, you return back to a channel. You can do it all like you can utilize a channel. You got channel magnets. Just like here, look. Right here, for example, look at this bottom portion. You leave from this channel, you return back to this channel. See what I mean? So you can utilize those channels for like magnets as well. Same exact thing. But now we got a whole idea of how the market is rotating. We know we have not an all-time top, but we know where our tops is at as of now, and we know where our bottoms is at as of now. Because what do they try to get right back on top of? 568, 70. Yeah, you had a little pullback here, but they used that trend line to bounce right back on top of what? 568, 70. Once you got right back above it, bulls went ballistic. Right back above what? 568, 70. Strong movement on up all the way back up to these tops. So you got a complete rotation from these tops down to these bottoms, from these bottoms back up all the way to these tops. You just did a whole complete rotation. That's it. From tops to bottoms, bottoms to tops. That's it. That's it. So once you familiarize yourself with these price points, play off of those. That's the best thing to do. Just like here, look. For example, Nvidia. You leave from 220, from 120.80, you return back to 120.80. Look at this. You left from 120.80, return back to 120.80. You leave from 120.80, you return back to 120.80. See what I mean? Every single one has a price point that you can utilize for the best of your ability. It's just about understanding where it's at. So once you start to familiarize yourself where it's at, okay, I know a lot of people be like, how do you find it? Normally how I find it is off of resistance. That's normally how I find it. So in other words, once I see it get rejected, like right here, for example, and it falls from it, 9 times out of 10, you're going to return to it. Vice versa, same thing from yesterday. See right here, 570. You leave from it, you return to it. See what I mean? That's the easiest way how I figured out. How I figure out a pivot point, right? Once I start to see an area that you can't break out and you pull back, 9 times out of 10 in my head, you're going to return back to that, especially if you're on a bullish market. You're going to return back to that price point eventually. Why? Because the bulls are trying to go up, not down. So if you pull back from 570, and again, bullish sense, and you're in a bullish market, it's trying to return back to 570. Why? Because it's trying to go above 570. Because it's trying to get to a higher price point. 571, 572, 573, 574, and so forth. So we already know once we hit this price point here and leave from it, we know the bulls are trying to return right back to it. So same thing here. Up to this 571, right? You left 571, and what happened? You find yourself close right back up to what? 571. So it's like we know where the bulls are trying to go, because once you hit a certain price point, especially a higher price point, and you lose it, we know the bulls are trying to go right back to it. So that's how you have to think about it. You have to think about a magnet, especially a bullish magnet in a bullish market right now. So that means this: once you lose a price point, they're gonna find their way back to it. So that's another way to think about it. You can look at it from so many standpoints. Like once you start familiarize yourself the area that we can't break, look at it from an ascending triangle standpoint. Look at it from an ascending squeeze. So look at it from a U shape going into a smaller U shape, trying to create a squeeze in this point. Like for example, let me see, 570, right? So let me just take this one off for example, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. So okay, you see how you keep hitting 570 fall, 570 fall, 570 fall, 570 fall, 570 fall, but you have these bottoms, right? So utilize these bottoms and look at it like this. Take these bottoms and try to find some type of higher low build. So you can do it like this in some type of way where you're building a higher low for a possible move on up. That's another way to do it. So that's how I do it. I start to figure out these patterns in an instant. Like my mind starts to rotate. It starts to click, 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 click. And I'm thinking ahead of time because the market is moving in real time. I have to move with the market. So I have to think of these patterns. I have to figure it out. That's why I'm using different time frames, 3 minutes, 30 minutes, 180s, 5 years, 6 months, whatever the case, to kind of figure it out on where the market is truly trying to go. All I had to do really was look at a 5-year chart to tell me that the market is already moving up. I told you guys, If you look from 2020 to 2021, we went on a 2-year uptrend. Going into 2022, we went on a downtrend. 2023, 2024 was a repeat of 2020, 2021 when you're going on a 2-year uptrend. So as we get closer towards year 2025, could we see a repeat of 2022 for a possible pullback? The only way we can see that, or one of the ways to see that, for example, if I can get it to freaking pull. Yeah, for example, if we could hit this red trend line, because you can see how powerful it is. So let's put it back this way. So every time we hit that red trend line, you get a powerful pullback. When did that powerful pullback happen? In 2022, right? Because we hit that powerful trend line, that resistance line, and got that nice pullback down here towards this green trend line. Now, every time you hit the green trend line, you have a powerful move back on up. So you hit the green trend line, move back on up. Green trend line, move back on up. Green trend line, move right back on up. Green trend line, move right back on up. So now you can see the rotations that we're going from tops to bottoms, from bottoms to what? To tops. You're making a whole U-shape pattern, right? So what we know where the bulls are trying to go. We know where the market is trying to go, right? It's trying to get up to that 600 mark. That'll give us that possible touch this way, right? So we know that the market is U-shaped, and then we know the market is on an uptrend trying to go this way. So that's why I'm saying the market is bullish right now, because we see the direction that it's going off of this 5-year chart. It's telling us where it's going. So it's telling us that we're going from a downtrend back to an uptrend. You can see that clear U-shaped pattern going up this way. So we know that they're trying to go from the 570s to the 580s to the 590s to possibly 600. And you also got to keep in mind, it is an election year that can add way more hype to the market. The market has been going up, 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 up. Think about it. After we got that pullback near the 500s, we've been going right back on up 550s, now up to 570. Think about it, guys. We think the market is trying to go 580 next. From 580 to what? 590. From 590 to what? 600. So we know that the market's trying to go up on the upside. We know exactly where it's going. So that's why you have to kind of have a bullish mindset, even during these pullbacks. The pullbacks is not going to last long because there's more buyers trying to buy in, catching these bottoms for the move right back on up. You can clearly see this here. Pullback, move right back on up. Pullback, move right back on up. Pullback, move right back on up. So all it is just a rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. That's all it is. But you're going to higher price points. Every pullback, you're going higher and higher and higher and higher. So that's how you have to look at the market. The market is bullish. The market is telling you it's bullish. 2023 to 2024, we are on a 2-year uptrend, trying to go up to this high. Look how far we got left towards the 600 mark. All we have is $30 left. So it's telling you where it's trying to go. So you got to have a bullish mindset at this time because the market is bullish. We have an election year that's going to add on to more hype. Inflation, job rates, unemployment is higher. Inflation is getting lower. Talking about more cuts, more cuts, more cuts. That's adding more hype, more hype, more hype, more hype. And we could be seeing more higher price points. We could soon be seeing 575. We could soon be seeing 580. We could soon be seeing 585. We could soon be seeing 590. All the way up to what? 600. So it just all it is just being patient, guys. Just let the build up. But you gotta have a bullish mindset right now because the market is bullish. We are bullish in 2023. We're bullish in 2024. So you gotta have a bullish mindset. Just like here, 2020 to 2021, bullish, 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 bullish until we hit that red trend line. Then we got that pullback in 2022. Then we wound up getting that rebound in 2023 and that continuation rebound in 2024. Look at that. All we're doing is seeing a 2-year uptrend just like we're seeing in 2020, 2021. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna I mean, look at the market. Look at the rotation, G Money. Look at the rotation. From 2022, we had that year pullback. 2023, we rebound. 2024, we continued the rebound. And look at the indicators. Your indicators, this bad boy, look very closely. Let me show you guys. Look at the indicator. Look at the indicator. So pay close attention to details. It's still riding that 13 EMA on up. Look at this. You get a crack at the 13, then you recover the 13. And the market is still riding that 13 on up. You cracked it, recovered it. Cracked it, recovered it. All it's doing is following that 13 EMA is moving up with it. That's it. All the market is doing is riding up on it. Look, 13 EMA, 13 EMA, 13 EMA. That bad boy is riding. So is your 50, moving up. So is your 200, moving up. Look at your indicators. All your indicators are curling up. Indicators are curling up. So you can clearly see that that indicator is riding up, and so is the market. So right here, you can clearly see it in 2024 that we are still on an uptrend going up towards these highs. So we already see where the market is trying to go. is trying to U-shape its way back up towards where? That red trend line. So in order for us to get there, what do we have to hit? 600. So we may see 600 plus. And, in other words, we may see 600 plus. May see a little bit of, a movement above 600. Then that pullback finally comes in. Because why? You got to think about it. Every time you hit that red trend line, you have a strong pullback down. When you hit that green trend line, you have a strong movement back on up. So in other words, all you're doing is seeing that rotation. Look right here, for example. Look, right here, guys. Pay close attention to details. I'm going to show you right here. Look, you start from the bottoms to the tops, from the tops to the bottoms, from the bottoms back to the top. All you're doing is trying to get a complete rotation, trying to hit that same trend line. That's it. So meaning that you're going to have to cross 570, 580, 590, even 600 for us to even touch that red trend line. All you're doing is getting a smooth rotation back on up towards the upside. That's it. You're getting a nice uptrend. You're getting a nice U-shape. That's it. That's it. As long as that momentum keeps going, we will eventually possibly see 600. So just keep your eyes peeled on that. So just keep your eyes peeled. The market is bullish. I mean, there's no other way around it. The market is bullish. I mean, look at it. The only time we had a bearish market was in 2022. 2022, right here. Came on down from that 480, because you remember that's when we had that cup and handle pattern. That's when the thing exploded. Because watch, and I'm going to show y'all, because I remember these numbers specifically, like it ain't nothing. So I remember that the area that we had to break was what? 480, right? We had to break 480, because that was the area that we needed to break out, because that's the area that took you out in 2022. So we go back, boom, 480. Boom, there you go. So we came on down, went back on up, but before you got to 480, you got to remember, we hit what? 460. I told you, I remember these numbers by heart. So 460, that's what created the handle. So we go to 460, you can clearly see it right here. So boom, that created what? A cup and handle pattern that exploded into going at the end of 2023, right into 2024. You had a whole cup and handle pattern between 2022 and 2023 that created a cup and handle pattern that exploded on up into 2024's continuation. Now you see it, G-Money. Now you see it, Greg. All it was a cup and handle pattern. From 2022 to 2023, boom, 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 explosion, and there go your continuation going into 2024. So there you go. Easy, easy, easy peasy. Easy to read this. Easy to read this. Market is about to close, guys. We got about 30 seconds. I'm assuming, wishing y'all farewell once again. So I had to come back, and here we go, guys. Pushing right back up. As I told y'all, here we go. You leave from 571. Boom! Told you. Thought I was lying? I told you. I told you. I told you. I tried to tell you guys, you gotta pay close attention to details. You gotta pay close attention to details. How did I expect that? How did I know that was gonna happen? Told you. I told you. Don't tell me I ain't called it. Damn, I ain't even set my alarm either. Damn, I should have set my alarm. All right, guys. Boom! Game time. Game time, game time, guys. So we will be setting ourselves up tomorrow. Get ready to rock and roll. Had to come back with the team. Just try to figure things out. I will stay on the market to kind of figure it out on where we're going to go in tomorrow. As long as that 571.19 holds, if we stay on top of that level, do expect some more upside to possibly 571.50. I want to see if it's going to hit my target. I did have a target set for 571.50. We ain't hit it though. Damn it, we put right back underneath. So I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled to see can we get that 571.50 touch. We are getting a little weak though. I had a target set right at 571.50. It was right here. But you see that trend line? You hit that trend line, you get that little pullback. See, you gotta look at that uptrend. I told you. If you're on this side, it's bearish. You're on this side, it's bullish. So you can see every time you hit, you fall. You hit, you fall. So let me move this downtrend out of the way. You can clearly see what I'm talking about. Look on this side of this trend line. This side of the trend line is bearish. This side of the trend line is bullish. See, you hit this, fall, hit, fall, hit, fall, hit, fall. What did you hit? Trend line, boom, pull back. There you go. So, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, guys. I'm going to keep it on watch. I still think we'll get that 571.50, though. But y'all hear it if it does go off. So let's go ahead and head back into the lobby. I'm going to wish everybody a farewell, a good night, and we will be rock and rolling for Wild Card Wednesday. Let's go! My bad, I forgot to turn it off. My fault. But yeah, guys, I'm back in the building. So yeah, guys, I thank y'all so much for those who did join me, man. Who joined me back. Jenna's Greg, I see you in the building. Laria, I see you in the building as well, boss. Who else? Jerhall, thank y'all so much. Kato J, Night Trader, everybody who came back with me on Power Hour. Y'all already know what time it is tomorrow. We're gonna get ready to rock and roll for Wild Card Wednesday. Tomorrow we do have new home sales data coming out, so be mindful of that. I think that will be at 10 o'clock. If I'm not mistaken, 10. Let me double check that. Make sure I got it right. I think it's 10 o'clock. Where you at? Let me go back real quick. Hold up. Patreon, other, and where's my little list? Right about, where you at? Right here, we go. Yeah, guys, so we will have, new home sales data at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock tomorrow. 10 tomorrow. So, be on the lookout for that, guys. I will prep everybody up tomorrow. You already know the game time. You already know the game plan and how we rock and roll. Thank y'all so much for joining me. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for the support. You already know I got to give y'all sound off. So everybody who's joining me, you know what time it is. Try to make that green, baby. You know what time it is. But guys, I will be wishing y'all farewell, and I hope y'all have a blessed night tonight. We will be rocking and rolling tomorrow. I will be back in tomorrow at 9:15 Eastern, 8:15 Central, and we're gonna go from there, guys. Other than that, man, again, I hope everybody have a blessed night. Congratulations to all who profited. Congratulations to those who didn't trade, who's sitting on their hands waiting for the right setups. You already know how we do, baby. So, you already know what I'm about to say before I head on out. Maximize your reward, minimize your risk, always put grateful over greed, and you will succeed every single time. Till then, guys, I hope y'all have a blessed night, and we're going to keep it rocking and rolling on Wild Card Wednesday. Y'all stay blessed, team. Peace.
Oh.